What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. This is a crazy messed up video. It's a damn shame that you can't go to a funeral and pay your respects to the dearly departed. You know, uncivilized motherfuckers want to just come up and just no respect for the dead, no respect, for the families of the dead or anything. It says here, fight during funeral turns into fatal shooting outside Compton church. Witnesses say. Look at this. Check this video out.
Yeah, we are at Holly and Compton here in the city of Compton, and you can see the large law enforcement presence here, patrol cars everywhere, detectives are here. You can see just how many sheriff deputies are here at this scene at this hour. There was a shooting, according to a witness, that erupted behind the church you see right here, Holy Trinity here in Compton, and this witness tells us that this shooting erupted during a funeral service for a loved one. They said family members were inside of the church attending the funeral services for a loved one who died in Louisiana, her body flown here, and the funeral services were in progress. They said the argument erupted between family members inside of the church. It spilled outside into the back parking lot of the church. This witness says it erupted into a fist fight between family members. They said a family member pulled out a gun and started shooting other family members. One family member, according to this witness, was killed. 2 others wounded. We do not know what their condition is, but a lot of the family members are still in the back of the church in the parking lot. Nearby businesses telling us that they heard the gunfire, and before the gunfire they heard the arguing, and they just were panicked inside of their businesses, locking their doors. And they said the argument, even some of the folks part of the argument spilled out into the street in front of businesses, and they were trying to tell these folks, please leave our property. And then all of a sudden gunfire, and folks in nearby businesses just hit the ground. And the aftermath, you see detectives here. And the minute, this witness tells us, the minute that detectives arrived, authorities arrived, they shut the funeral services down, which angered some family members even more. The body of their loved one still in the casket inside of the funeral home. The funeral services suspended for now. This is just a real tragedy. I've never covered anything quite like this before. Just a sad situation. The investigation continues here in Compton, live in Compton. Leo Star with ABC 7 Eyewitness News. And I can hear you, Colleen. You're just as dismayed as I am. It's just
very tragic. It's just terrible. At a funeral. Oh, all right, Leo. Well, thank you very much for that live report.
All right.
Y'all hear that shit? That's a damn shame. More dysfunction. I'm sure that shit could have waited until after the services. They could have just fucking threw insults at each other's, across the phone or something like that. This don't make no damn sense. More dysfunction, for the enemy to talk about, how black people do shit. This is not cool at all. You know what I mean? It says, man killed in shooting during funeral in Compton. This is a video right here, but we already covered it. But let's get into this little story right here. It says, police are investigating a shooting in Compton Friday afternoon that left 1 person dead and at least 2 others injured. The shooting was reported shortly after 1 p.m. in the 1900 block of East Compton Boulevard, outside the new Holy Trinity Baptist Church. 1 man died at the scene from his injuries, according to authorities. That person's identity has not been released, but investigators say he was shot in the head. They say another person was shot in the upper torso. Damn. At this point, I think it may be safer just to remember, a relative or a friend as they were and just stay the fuck at home. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what might break out. This shit getting just as bad as going to a club. I heard just the other day, it was a shooting where I live here, in Fort Wayne, as a matter of fact. at a church. At a funeral. I mean, it just don't make no damn sense. Stupid shit. Okay. It says investigators also say there was a third victim who was hurt in a crash related to the shooting. People even driving by the damn. Well, must be somebody was involved. This is just stupid, man. A witness said the incident began with an argument inside the new Holy Trinity Baptist Church during a funeral. They were honoring a woman that was killed in a hit-and-run crash. The witness said the fight was among family members and that argument carried over outside. Uncivilized shit, man. At some point during the argument, someone took out a gun, according to police, and fired multiple rounds before taking off on foot. And this says foot. They mean on foot. Police described the suspect as a black male adult. He remains on the loose. Police are asking anyone that may have information regarding this homicide investigation to call the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Homicide Bureau at 323-890-5500. You know, this no snitch policy bullshit, you need to drop that. You know, well, what's the difference when somebody white, you know, or officer or whatever, murders somebody black? We be all up in arms, as we should be. The same thing needs to be when we got a reprobate traitor among us that do the same thing. Hey, look, if it's not about self-defense, and it's just about some bullshit like this, cold-blooded, you know, murder. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know, but from the way the story read, it was at a funeral, man. This didn't have to be. I mean, the uncivilized shit. Must be some of them 2/3 that ain't gonna make it. You know, that's what only thing I can reason with the situation. And maybe some of them 2/3 of people that ain't gonna make it in the kingdom. It's gonna be destroyed, and they need to. After all, heaven will be heaven if we had people like this still, you know, around. You know, what would be the point? Y'all tell me what y'all think about this dysfunctional funeral. You know, and the embarrassment of the dearly departed. Rather, I don't know who started what, but all I know is it shouldn't have been. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this is James, and I'm out. Peace.